Since the collapse of its central government in 1991, Somalia has struggled to rebuild from civil war. The federal system was designed to share power between Mogadishu and regional states, reflecting Somalia's complex clan-based society, but implementing federalism has been fraught with setbacks as regional states like Puntland and Jubaland guard their autonomy and remain wary of Mogadishu. Somalia's indirect electoral system, where clan elders select parliamentarians who then elect the president, was a stopgap for a country lacking security and a voter registry. This system, however, fuels corruption and instability. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud's push for direct elections has sparked fierce debate, highlighting unresolved constitutional questions. Key issues, division of power, control of resources, and security, remain unsettled, fueling mistrust between the federal government and member states. Each side interprets the provisional constitution to its own advantage. This ongoing power struggle makes it difficult to build trust or a unified national identity. The result, a fragile state still searching for a stable path forward. Somalia's journey to federalism remains unfinished, with the rules of the game still hotly contested. Al-Shabaab remains Somalia's greatest threat, exploiting political divisions and security gaps. In 2025, the group launched deadly attacks, briefly retaking towns and even storming a major prison in Mogadishu. Despite years of counter-terrorism efforts, Al-Shabaab controls large rural areas, collecting taxes and recruiting fighters. Government offensives have stalled, especially in the south, as Al-Shabaab evades conventional military advances. Poor coordination between federal and regional security forces leaves dangerous vulnerabilities. Political mistrust between Mogadishu and regional capitals like Kismayo and Garowe hampers joint operations. Regional leaders hesitate to commit troops, fearing loss of autonomy. This disunity allows Al-Shabaab to strike where government forces are weakest. The insurgency thrives on these divisions, undermining public confidence and state authority. Without unified action, Al-Shabaab's threat will persist. Political rifts between the federal government and regional states are deepening. President Mohamud's push for direct elections and limiting political parties is seen by Puntland and Jubaland as a power grab. Jubaland's president Ahmed Madobe defied Mogadishu by holding his own state election, sparking violent clashes with federal forces. These confrontations have destabilized the south and distracted from the fight against Al-Shabaab. President Mohamud's offer to extend Madobe's term is viewed as a possible ploy to extend his own, risking a deeper constitutional crisis. Meanwhile, Somaliland, operating independently, has signed deals with Ethiopia and offered the US a military base, challenging Mogadishu's authority. These moves complicate Somalia's already tangled politics. The unresolved status of Somaliland and regional defiance threaten national unity. Political infighting diverts resources from security and governance. Somalia's fragile progress hangs in the balance. Ordinary Somalis bear the brunt of political turmoil and conflict. Press freedom is severely restricted. Journalists face harassment and violence for reporting on sensitive issues. Military courts try civilians, often violating fair trial standards and handing down harsh sentences, including executions. Human rights abuses, including executions of minors, highlight systemic failures in the justice system. Meanwhile, a humanitarian crisis deepens. Over 4 million Somalis need urgent food aid. Droughts and floods have displaced millions, leaving many in overcrowded camps. Aid delivery is hampered by insecurity, Al-Shabaab blockades, and government corruption. International funding is stretched thin as global crises multiply. For many, daily life is a struggle for survival. Conflict, climate change, and weak governance have created a perfect storm. The future for millions remains uncertain. Somalia's future depends on international support, but that support is under strain. The African Union's new stabilization mission, OSOM, faces a severe funding crisis, threatening security gains. The US continues airstrikes and supports elite Somali forces, while Somalia pursues new partnerships, including with China. A recent debt relief deal offers hope for economic stability. But Somalia's leaders must navigate complex global rivalries for aid and investment. Political deadlock and humanitarian disaster threaten to undo fragile progress. The coming months are critical. If leaders can forge consensus, Somalia could move towards stability and prosperity. If not, the nation risks sliding back into chaos. The stakes for Somalia's future have never been higher.